Ho, ho, ho. Hi, Cameron.
Good evening. It is pitch black now.
What? No, I don't like it.
I'm sure it weren't pitch black on Monday. I'm sure I moaned halfway through about how dark it were, but now it is properly dark.
No.
Nearly Christmas.
It's like proper autumn. Have you just got excited about Christmas? No. No. I think it's 16 Fridays till Christmas or something.
16 fucking Fridays.
Well,
that's going to be my new countdown on fucking Friday now.
I'm a bit bar humbug, me. Bar humbug. Hello, everybody. If you're on already, say hello. Let us know that you're here. Make sure if you've not done it before, it's fine. If you've not done it before, just let StreamYard know who you are so that we can see your name. I'm doing that because there's a little link that you can click just above. Hello, Laura. You made it on. Laura's had to change so many poo explosion nappies today. It's beyond belief. She was up to 12 last time I had a message from her. Who else is on? I can see you there with the little beady eyes. There's Kim. Good evening, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
You've been working hard
on it.
She
is.
Kay's here. Good evening, Kay. You've been working hard. Good evening, Karen. How are you?
Oh, my internet's breaking.
Your internet's breaking. You look all right to us. What's your internet doing?
You don't look all right to me. You're just in and out like heck, and then you keep going black. Not you, the whole screen.
Oh, maybe it's my internet. I'll just check on. I'll just check on Facebook. Oh, I'm looking at last night's. What an idiot!
I can see it live. We're there.
All right. Okay.
I keep hearing and not hearing you, which worries me greatly.
Don't worry.
Hi, Karen.
Hi. Anybody else going to say good evening? I've had about 4 or 5. There's definitely more than 4 or 5 of you there. You come on and say hello. But hi, Anisha. Good evening.
Anisha's in the StreamYard thing now.
She's got it nailed. She's absolutely got it nailed. Good evening, Becky, my love. Hey, Joanne. We're watching your videos. We're watching quite a few videos today. Becky's been shit on the videos too, as have many other people. Evening, Anne. How are you, my dear? Lovely jubbly.
Who did we miss? You missed Alison and someone I can't see before that.
Whoop, whoop. She finally managed to find the live on time.
Did you not do it yesterday? I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is. But we love you anyway. Afternoon from Kyla.
Afternoon, Kyla.
Not dark for Kyla because she's in Canada. Hey, Caitlin.
Hey,
one of the ladies, I can't remember who it was now. It might have been Kay. Kay, tell me if I'm wrong. But invited a couple more friends to the group today. One of which I noticed was from Las Vegas.
Oh, nice.
UK. I've got, for some reason, I've associated your name with those people, or if I've got that completely wrong, let me know if it was you. I'm so sorry if I did.
Thank you, whoever it was.
Hannah, good evening, Hannah. Did get a notification. Are
you registered with the bot, Hannah?
Evening,
I got mine. Hello.
Paula, how are you, my dear? Good. All right, we've got quite a lot of people on. I'm sure many more are going to filter in as we go along. But welcome back, especially if you've been with us every single night. So for every single night, the last 2 nights, look at me being a drama. Every single night for 3 months. But yes, welcome back to Best Life Bootcamp for workshop 3 tonight. Yay, look, I've got to get my cursor back. I've not had any tech issues tonight, you'll be pleased to hear. So I'm back to going from one screen to the other with me cursor. Yeah, look, I got it right. It was Kay. Present. And I noticed and I recognised. Yes, Anne's done a couple of lives.
Thank you.
Why did I say lives then? Thank you very much, Anne. That is much appreciated, and I hope your friends enjoy it too.
She's not registered to the bar.
I have to remember what the conversation was with each person. Hi, Karen. You've all been very, very busy. So I think most people have been here one night, haven't they? But if not, or if anybody is catching up on these, obviously, just a very, very, very speedy intro. Hi. We're Jode and Roxy. I'm Jode, she's Roxy. We've got name badges on there just in case. We are a pair of women who want more, and we're not the only ones. We are the co-owners of Ladies Life Lounge, and it's a members club for women, but we are on one hell of a mission to create a guilt-free army of women who are living their best lives, hence why Best Life Bootcamp. But we want to enable and empower women to be putting themselves first, and shock horror, that's tonight's topic, and also to be living the happy, fulfilling and successful life that every single one of us flipping well deserves. Good evening, Lady Roscoe. Yes, who's this? Third night, third glass of wine midweek.
That's Trisha.
Trisha. Hey, Trisha.
Trisha's been in every night, I'm sure.
Being here every night. So yes, just a little whistle stop tour to us. If you want to know the in-depth version, go back and watch workshop 1 on replay.
We talked about ourselves for hours on there.
Yeah, we told you everything you need to know on there. But anyway, settle in, enjoy tonight as we kind of get cracking on workshop number 3. So just as a I won't recap what we talked about, but workshop 1 was all about the secrets to living your best life, the happy, successful, fulfilling one that we all deserve. Last night we were talking more about what are the common mistakes women make and how can you avoid them and overcome them. Tonight we're going to be talking about the power of investing in yourself and actually get into the nitty-gritty of how you actually put yourself first. Yeah, third night for Kim. Cup of keto coffee and some raspberries. Oh, I'm a lover of a raspberry, me.
I love raspberries.
Anything raspberry, anything white chocolate, and anything salted caramel. Okay, that's all you need to know about me. Oh,
they're like the only things me and Joe's have got in common.
What are they? All 3? Okay, that's cool. And prosecco. That's 4.
Yeah, except not at the minute.
No, not yeah, but you still love it. It's nice.
I love it a lot.
Drinking it at the minute.
Yeah.
And I love it is raspberry, but I also adore raspberry sambuca. Here's the little trick though about raspberry sambuca. The lid on the bottle of raspberry sambuca is actually a shot glass. So you can say you go into the kitchen to make a cup of tea while the kettle's boiling, open the sambuca cupboard, pour a little cheeky shot in the lid, swig it, put the lid back on. Nobody knew anything. That's what I call putting yourself first. Self-care. Just kidding.
That worried me greatly.
I'm just kidding. Ooh, Helen loves a bit of white chocolate as well. Yeah, I did miss you last night, Joe. When I got in bed, I thought, oh, I didn't see Joe tonight. And I say that because I know Joe. We've known each other for many, many years. But you were at work last night. But yay, you only got 3G, bloody 3G. And we say that because we've been in telecommunications for years. I'll say no more. Oh, Karen, come on. Listen, Karen, friends, you're going to have to get on the raspberry.
She's really not. She can be my friend instead of yours. That's fine.
See, right, Joe can come and camp out with me. You and Karen versus me and Joe.
Okay.
Classic cup of tea for Helen.
Helen's on my team.
We do not judge, remember. Everybody is welcome, whatever they choose to drink. That is
unless you drink really small cups of tea and then you can just leave now.
It's not a cup of tea, it's a mug of tea, isn't it? It's a
bucket of tea, preferably.
Oh yeah, you do extra large cups of tea that I just can't cope with, to be honest.
But that's why I have to go for a wee middle of this, because
oh, don't do that to me again tonight, though. That was the most eerie thing when you put me on mute because I just had no other noise.
I could let you hear me wee if you prefer. I don't mind. I have no shame.
Can you not just
We're
shut
all
the
friends
door,
here.
put a little bit of toilet roll down to?
No, it's my toilet. I want to wee loudly, I will.
Oh, Joanne's also, she's tea as well, Helen. You've got a tea. Oh, you've got a few. Tea and
you should see the cakes I've had today.
Never mind the flipping cakes you've had. I'm sorry. Before we start, I hope none of you leave because of this. I've got to show you. So we had a summer social, right, in our members club. We did a bake-off, and I made the the best lemon meringue pie going. I wanted to win my own bake-off, which was highly inappropriate.
Yeah, but look what I had today. Oh, you can only see my ring light reflection.
No, I can't. We can see your rainbow cake. That's fine.
That's not mine. That's Donna's. I had this roulade. Oh, I was nearly in tears.
You didn't make them, right? So it's my middle daughter's birthday. She's 15. She had said, "Mummy, can you make me a Victoria sponge cake?" This is what I made.
Beautiful.
Look at the size of that bastard.
It's a good job I didn't make these ones that I were eating because they would not have been delicious.
Yeah, I'm a bit bloated though now, you know. I'm a bit bloated. Becky loves a bit of tea. Yeah. Hey, everyone's on a bit of tea and cake tonight.
There we go.
So everyone's
Yvonne's messaging me, I'm quite sure on purpose because she knows I can't talk. We are live, Yvonne.
Yeah. Just to talk to us on air, but we don't speak to her. I'm just kidding.
Like, just checking I'm not missing it. You are. No. So if this is your first night with us, just some little rules. I always say rules and then laugh at myself. But we want you to show up and we want you to go all in on this boot camp. So pretend that you paid for it. Yeah, but I keep reading the comments and then forgetting to talk at the same time. Like two things are way beyond my capabilities tonight. If you do the work, you will see the progress. And if you've heard anything we've been banging on about, it is all about the action. So sitting here listening to us, printing out your worksheets, it's not enough. No hiding, get vulnerable, get visible, and show us what you've got. We have got you. So ask a zillion questions if you want to. Kyla's still on water. She switches to tea at supper time.
Oh.
Most people like tea at supper time. Interesting. Yeah. So I'm going to do a few shout outs for the homework. God, you have been amazing. And how brave is everyone getting at videos now? It's like, I get so excited when I scroll down, there's a video.
I'm just loving the bravery and the vulnerability today. Yeah. It's really through people. You've been properly doing the work. So do you know what? You've gone all in. Those of you that have posted your homework today or your light bulb moments, you've proper gone all in.
You have. Yvonne's here now, even though she's still messaging me. So videos, I saw videos, actual homework videos from Anisha, Rebecca did a great one, Laura Brown and Paula Eddie Wilcox. I don't think I saw any other videos for homework, but there was some brilliant homework. So Kay, is it Gillette? Is it Gillette? Is it Gillette? I want it to be Gillette.
I'm going to tell you that now.
Oh yeah, I don't know. You're going to tell me. I've written Gillette down, but now I feel like I've spelled it wrong. Anyway, she is talking about like creating a brand new dream life and being able to live a life in the UK and in the USA. If you stay accountable to the stuff that you've set out, that is going to happen. Kim Beardsley has made some really empowering choices on hers.
Loved her choices today. Well done, Kim.
I'm going to congratulate Billy Bloxham because she made us a boomerang video, which we couldn't read. So that like genius, because that's a genius way of pretending you made a video and not making one.
I love a boomerang. I'm saying that because she can't even do a boomerang. I asked her to do a boomerang last week for our Instagram story. She fucked it up good and proper.
You know, as if that's possible, but I did.
Yeah.
Karen Lander recognised that she needed to chill out, which was, I loved that one. That was literally the last line of hers, like, just chill the fuck out and I'll be fine. Like, totally. Absolutely right. Yvonne McCrae, very similar thought. Mm-hmm. If we missed some homework out, don't be offended because there was stuff everywhere. In fact, I know for a fact now that we've just missed a couple out of the comments in there. Gillette. But now I want to sing at her. I want to sing at you, Kay.
I bet she's sick of that.
Of course she is, just like I'm sick of people singing Roxanne, but it's...
And just like I'm sick of people asking me if I've got a child called Veruca.
Yeah. We're all really original, aren't we?
Or they say to me, is your husband called Pepper or Vinegar or something like that? And I'm going, oh, you're flipping original, you.
Nice. Well, we want them in the comments of each video, Hannah, but they're everywhere. We're collating from all over the place.
We're doing our best to round them up.
But I do know now that I've just written these down and I forgot to check the comments of the other one. So sorry, ladies, if we've missed you. We are reading them all, and they will all be properly collated for prize time. I'm done. Done on homework.
I'm done on homework. Sorry, I was miles away.
Oh, I'm so hot.
I'm sorry, I have got to say, I don't think she's on yet. But the picture of this little girl reminds me so much of one of our members, Jo Foster. In fact, it also made me think, have you got your booby necklace on today?
I have. Don't see my boobs.
If anyone's wondering what that's got to do with Jo Foster, I think we better explain.
So Jo is do you say breast cancer survivor? She's a freaking warrior, is Jo. But is that how we say it? Survivor? Don't know. And Jo does a shed load of work for Copperfield. She's one of the most inspiring people ever. And she walks around frequently dressed like an inflatable boob. I'm like, is there a more dream job than this?
Well, the job is actually called a boobette.
Boobette. Oh. So yeah, while you're here, or not while you're here, you can do it while you're here. We can't see you, but check your baps. Just as an aside, while we're doing some public service there, you can do it while I'm talking if you like. I don't mind. How do I get back from that to light bulb moments?
Get back from that.
Okay. Joanne Jarvis did one of my favourite light bulb moments this week, where she realised that no one gives a shit what she's wearing. She did us a brilliant video walking to what I presume is school, and she'd been in this worry about what people will think to her going back to school, and she realised that no one cares. Brilliant light bulb moment. Caitlin did us one about the neural pathways. Kim Beardsley just whacked one on so she could have a shout out from the oxygen mask. See, I told you to put it in.
I did, didn't it? I kind of shoehorned it in at the end.
Everyone knew what it meant. Yeah. Paula Eddy gave us a great one, and Rebecca's given us some fab light bulb moments. So thank you, ladies. I've got slides everywhere.
You've got handouts everywhere.
Got printouts everywhere. So quick reminder about what you can win if you take part. So if this is your first one, you can still go back and watch the others. So there are prizes to be won, the grand prize of which is an annual membership to our club. So that is like full access to us. We'll tell you all about what the club's got to offer at some point. And there's a few on the spot prizes. I might give a couple out now. Do you want to give one? Do you fancy a prize?
Are you putting me on the spot?
Oh, well, if I decide now, I'm on the spot. So
yeah, but you're choosing right now to do that on the spot. I feel under pressure.
I'm choosing to put you under pressure.
I'm choosing not to accept it. You do it.
Oh, yeah. You're not going to do it on the spot. You're that cruel and evil to all these women who've tried really, really hard.
I'm going to do a sleep on it surprise one in the morning.
Oh, nice wiggle.
No, actually, no, you've tempted me. I'm going spontaneous. I
already know you're going to choose.
Do you?
I think so, but no, because now if I say it, then it's not fair, and then no.
You'll have to tell me later. I've got to give the biggest love to Becky today. The absolute biggest love to Becky. So this is Becky. And actually, that comment just encapsulated it for me. You were so brave. You were so vulnerable. Like, you know, if it was off the chart if we're marking it out of 10. So yeah, Becky deserves a prize for me. We're helping Rebecca to get Becky back. So Rebecca's lost Becky somewhere. So get out there, get a search party out for Becky, everyone, because we need to find her.
Nice.
Jo, I can't believe that Anisha's never heard of BAPS before. But I think Anisha doesn't live round where we live.
She does. Anisha lives in the next village to me.
But you know where I live. Jo lives near me. Oh, you don't live where I live. We live very far back.
I said BAPS. But Anisha's from Trinidad, so yeah, there you go. Put Anisha's comment back on, please. Did you see what she's actually written versus what she meant? No, not that one.
Oh. Am I going up or down?
Above Kim Beardsley. Up.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh, still getting used to English tags.
She's so not used to our slang that she can't even spell it. Well done, Nisha.
The irony of the slang.
Indeed, indeed.
Ah, there you go. That's lovely.
Awesome.
Oh, look at all the lovely messages. So Kim said, yes, perfect. Very well done. Well done. You are welcome. We've got a new hashtag.
I was just going to say that. What a nail of a hashtag ever.
Look at all them now. If this doesn't help you, Becky, you've had every woman in the land behind you today. So convince yourself.
This is what ladies Life Lounge is. This, and it makes me very, very happy. Awesome. So the jam plan, Joes.
Yes, the jam plan.
Oh, there's no jam on your plan. Oh, there it is.
Oh, did it take ages to pop up on yours?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm telling you, there's an internet issue. So what we've already done, and like I said, if this is your first time, you can go back and do these. The videos are in the group. Really, really easy to find. So on Monday, we covered the secrets to living your best life. Yesterday, we talked about the 5 common mistakes that we as women make and how to overcome them. And today, we're going to talk about the power of investing in yourself and putting yourself first. Then you can have a day off. And then we are coming back on Friday lunchtime. Oh no, I have to say it today.
Put your teeth in.
Ready? To do the big Best Life Bootcamp Bash. Friday at 1:30. We're going to try really hard to keep it to an hour so we can be done for the school run. God, we talk, so we will really do our best. Where we're going to give away, give away our prizes, do some more shout outs, and then we're going to do a quick bonus thing of the 7 habits of happy, fulfilled, successful women. Okay, so do not miss us on Friday. Where's my next piece of paper? Oh, so yesterday we covered the 5 common mistakes that women make. Who can tell me any of them? Boom, boom. So we talked about what women living their best lives have in common, and we talked a lot about accountability and making your choices, which we talked about Monday, how that links in to being accountable and what difference that can make to your actions. And we changed our hashtag to "Don't be a Deirdre Downer," because I was defending Debbie's everywhere.
I'm not sure we have actually seen a Debbie yet, though, have we?
I don't think so, but I think we do have some in our group because I checked and we definitely don't have a Deirdre. Helen's in one.
There we go, Helen. Yes, that's number 1, top of the shop. Well done, Helen.
Kyla's copied her.
I'm sure she didn't all the way from Canada, but yes, that was number 1. We put ourselves last, correct? Yes, not taking action, Teresa. Very good. Yes, Kay's in there. They don't take action. So, 2 more.
It shows how much we hammered home the not taking action one, doesn't it?
There they are. Kyla, compare and judge. Emma Roscoe taking on too much emotional and mental load. Yes, Laura Brown, you got it also.
Well Very done, good. Ladies. We're listening.
Yes.
Awesome job.
Fabulous. Good work.
Well done. I'm like dead impressed that you all remember those, because even as I was sat here asking the question, I'm like, can I remember all 5?
I've got an even bigger test. Who can do all 8 steps on the accountability staircase?
Ooh, interesting.
Let's see how many of them come out. That'll be good. So let's get into tonight's content. So as Roxy mentioned, tonight we are going to be talking about the power of investing in yourself and how to put you first. Now, if you've already read what's on the screen, you probably think, well, what the flipping heck has that got to do with, the power of investing in yourself and putting yourself first? Well, let me tell you. Well, I want you to answer this question for me, actually. Just roll with me for a while, all will become clear. So I want you to really think, how much have you spent on your appearance in the last 12 months? Okay, so when I say that, your appearance, these are the things I want you to include. So makeup, lotion, potions, hair, nails, cosmetic procedures. So if you do have any like little enhancements done, clothes, shoes, accessories. Okay, if you thought about all of those things, maybe a few other things, quick mental tot up of some of those. Oh wow, Paula Eddie's. I've just got to show you. I think she's done. Oh, I can't find my flipping cursor again. It's off on me.
I can't do it.
It's just whizzed past me, but then it disappeared. Right. There we go.
These people that are saying sod all and squat diddly, I don't believe you.
Don't believe you.
So yes, it might be that you haven't spent much, but a haircut, shampoo, conditioner, all the stuff that you stick on yourself to make yourself, I guess, look better. I thought not that much, Joanne, until I sort of started thinking, yeah,
no one
actually.
bought any new clothes. No one's bought a pair of earrings, a mascara, a lipstick, a new nail varnish, been and had your nails done.
Their beauty pie subscription.
So Kyla says about $400. I can't remember what that computes to. It's about double here, isn't it?
I don't know. I'll check. She'll tell us if I don't.
Too much. Helen, about $1,000. Anisha, at least $1,000. Alison, about $1,000. Laura, I have no idea. I bury my head in the sand. At least you're honest, Laura. At least you're honest. Crikey, about 800 quid. Hannah, not a lot. You're less than low maintenance, maybe about 400 to 600. You did buy some pre-loved clothes, hair dye, perfume. Caitlin, easily hundreds. Yep. Kyla says that's almost double. Oh, crikey, I can't keep up.
Kay's is far more realistic if we actually add everything up.
Oh, look, but she spends it all on her daughter. Kim spends it all on her daughter.
Okay.
Yes, maybe $1,000.
Yeah.
Right, 1,500 at least.
I think a lot of you are really underestimating.
Who's that?
Like, a lot. Trisha, I think. But I still don't believe her.
Right. Paula's upped her budget.
If you stock up on hair stuff, Rebecca, you've started to buy it.
About 700 quid. Right. We're all spending money on what we look like, right? On our appearance. And that's fine. That is okay, right? It is not a let's judge everybody and shame people for spending money on their appearance. Here's the average. Okay, so a big study has been done. It is a UK-based study, Kyla, but UK-based study says the average that a woman in the UK spends on her appearance is £1,486 a year. What does that sound like to you? You're just like, what? Are you like, actually, I've had women that have been like, fucking hell, I spend 10 times that.
Yeah. I think if you actually, I think some people started to sit and think about it, it starts adding up to a lot more than you think. Like when I go for a wax and my nails done, that's like 60, 70 quid sometimes. And I can do that every month or so. And that's without even thinking about anything else. And I just sort of don't think about it a lot.
Interesting though, isn't it? Anyway, my point here is this, right? On the first night, Roxy and I spoke about part of our mission in creating this guilt-free army of women is based upon turning the notion of being pretty on its head. So what that means is that, do you know what? We're sick to the back teeth of not being treated equally from a gender perspective and being valued or judged out there in the media so much for what we look like. And I'll be quite controversial about this. These are the views of Jodie Salt. Roxy might have a slightly different one. These are mine. But you know what? I'm a firm believer in the saying that actions speak louder than words. Now, I love to see women petitioning, marching, demonstrating, doing all of those things in the quest for gender equality. But actually, it's not enough. You know, we've made progress in the last 100 years, but we've still got a long way to go to make that happen. So, you know, if we want to be valued and seen for the contribution that we make, for our talents, for our skills, for our abilities, then I guess this is the piece for me, is it's got to start to have some, now I'm going to use the word balance tonight. Do we, with our actions, demonstrate that our value and our contribution is as important as the appearance to us? So I'm not saying we chuck our appearance in the bin, but if I asked you all, how much did you spend on your own development in the same period? Now, I don't mean if work paid for you to go on a course. I mean, you personally put your hand in your pocket and paid for yourself to get better at something. Now, I'm hoping there are a number of you. I'm confident, actually, not hoping. I'm confident there are a number of you that are doing that. But I want us all, us included, I constantly have to come with myself and say, right, Jodie, where are we at with this? You know, because sometimes it's easy to run away and be making ourselves look great, but then I'm not helping myself by not investing in my development. Now, the classic one that always comes back is, well, yeah, so what? Men aren't spending money on their development either. Well, do you know what? For most of them, they're not spending any money on the flipping appearance. As long as they're equal, I don't care. And there are some men out there that invest a lot in their appearance too. I would ask them to do the same as I'm asking you. If you want to be valued for more than what you look like, demonstrate it. Yeah. So it's an interesting one. Let's have a bit of a look at some of these comments. Anisha's never heard sick to the back teeth either. That's a new one. You look at loads of new phrases tonight. Joanne, very honest of you. Hannah spent a bit, 1,500 quid. Kate is saying more. Maybe a few quid on a book. Don't know who this is.
This is Trisha, who says she spent nothing on her appearance.
Okay, well done, Trisha, if that's the case. 15 quid on some books, Kim. Not including books. It has been your year for developing you, Paula, so you have invested a fair bit this year, and look at the difference it's making. Kyla has spent some money on a development in the last year. Kay spent 300 quid. Emma spent a chunk. Laura's done a bit. Helen, 0. And Karen, about £500 on development. Caitlin, £16 on a course on stage, and she hasn't finished it.
Nice.
And then he's just done £100 a month. Okay, so you know what? Right mixed bag. Decent representation, I guess, across the piece. But what's important though is that we work with this moving forward, right? So this is why we start to talk about investing in ourselves. Come on, what are you going to say?
Can I just ask, out of the money that some of you have spent, have you taken action, or has it been motion of buying books, buying a subscription, buying a course, and done naff all with it? Because again, although you can talk about choosing to invest, as we'll talk about in a bit, it's not just about the money. So how, does it equate? Is it being a good investment, I guess, is what I'm sort of getting out there.
Yeah. Cool.
Even Calm app, I forget about that. That's the best investment ever.
It is a good investment, the Calm app. So thinking about that, the average woman spends 1,486 quid on her appearance. On average, again, when we ask women the question about development, it's a lot lower, like definitely less than half in a lot of cases. So this is the phrase that goes with this module. You know, you often hear people, Anisha, these might be some new sayings on you. Historically, you know, the saying would be, it's time to put our money where our mouth is. So stop yapping about stuff and start doing it, taking action, putting your money where your mouth is. And I want to flip that on his head. I've got to stop drinking cups of tea when I do this.
I've just started to yawn now.
It's time to put our investment where our value is. But I want to give us a little bit of clarity throughout tonight about what the word investment means, because actually It's not always what people think it is. Let me just come back to some of these comments. So Alison's saying motion. Paul has been on it like a car bonnet. Karen says no action, light bulb moment. Is this Trisha?
Yes, it's Trisha. It's gone.
Great investment. Yes, definitely. Some steps from the books you've read. Great. Okay, yeah, but not made time to even read it. Do you know what? I've got 7 sitting. I've got some in Audible, some in Kindle, some sitting on the bedside cabinet next to me bed. Yes, in how you've managed your team, Kay. Excellent news.
What about in making yourself happier, more fulfilled, more successful?
Yeah. Not taking as much action as I want to schedule. Kyla's taken quite a bit of action. Yeah, your mindset throughout your injury showed you, didn't it, that investing in your development was worth it. Kate's been on it, absolutely worth every penny on all of them. Think I expect change from just enrolling on a course or buying a book. And actually,
I do this.
It was my name slipped out my head. Whose video did we watch just before we came live?
Where's my notes gone? Don't know.
Not fully. I'm just going to carry on reading some of these. Not fully invested. Taken action on about a third. I definitely got my money's worth, but there's been more motion than action, and yes, you are working on that.
I don't know.
First name and surname begin with the same letter. I know that. You did do a shout out for them. Gonna have to fact.
No one with the first name and same letter.
Jarvis, it's just popped in my head. On Joanne's video today, she said that, you know, she just realised she actually has to do something. That was it. So it said, you go, John's like, it's me, it's me, it's me. It was you. Absolutely. Yeah.
Sorry. Because I shouted out on light bulb for not giving a shit.
But not doing anything with those notes.
Yeah.
Okay. So for all of us in the mixed bag that we're doing things, the way that we can help ourselves individually, but actually collectively as a society, culture only changes when groups of individual people decide to do something differently. So I have a wholehearted belief that if enough women start to behave differently and take different action and address that balance and go kind of all in on demonstrating their credibility, their expertise, their value, their contribution, then we really start to challenge some of those old perceptions. That's one of the first things I want us to think about when it comes to the power of investing ourselves, to think, right, what messages am I sending out to the world here about the way I do things? So let's start talking about the actual power of investing in yourself. This is yours, isn't it?
I don't know, but I'll nod and smile.
I nearly just carried on my show.
I'd quite happily just let you crack on. I love Kate's had another light bulb. Right, so I've got loads of notes around this lady. So if I keep going like this, it's because my notes are down here. Yeah. Invest in stuff, make everyone else happy. Don't worry about us, it's fine. Yeah. All right, so what investing in yourself means. So the first one, this is my favorite one always, because obviously it's related to choice, but it means that you choose you. You're choosing yourself. And almost this feeds directly into the idea of other people will choose us when we choose ourselves. And I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit, but yeah, you've decided that you are the most important thing at this point if you choose to invest in yourself. And it means you're backing yourself to make moves that will take you further in your life. There's a great book called Self-Made, and Nellie, I can't remember how to say her name, Nellie Galan.
Yeah.
She says that when you choose yourself, people will notice you and they will choose you over and over again. And I love this. This is when you become kind of magnetic. And when we talked about surrounding yourselves with people who are like you, when you choose yourself, other people that want to do that, that are like that, are drawn to you. And that is a really lovely place to be. That's something, again, we cultivate a lot in the lounge, and the people there are like spurred on by everyone else's actions, and it really shows. You can tell people that invest in themselves a mile away. You stop drifting through life and waiting for things to happen. All comes back to you've decided, you're making a decision on your own terms at this point. And this last one is, again, I'm really stuttery today. Can you tell I'm very periody? It's true. It's one thing I just can't get words out. It's fascinating. Fascinating. This one, you kill certain parts of yourself for others to be born, which means, Joe said it perfectly to me earlier, is that you let all the shit bits fall to the floor. And there was a great meme on this that I've seen circulating recently about that idea that we start panicking when we have to let things go, and we start trying to cling on to them. But the moment you start investing in yourself, you recognize that these parts are the things that don't serve you anymore, and we get rid of those, and we make space within ourselves for our true, our authentic, our real virtues to come through. There is so much that you get out when you decide to kind of go in, when you decide to go in and invest in yourself. It's awesome. But that let the shit bits fall to the floor is one of my favorite phrases.
When I first read this, right, I was a bit confused. So I wonder if other people are like, what the flipping heck are you on about? You kill yourself for certain parts of yourself to be born. And then what clicked for me was it's about the stories we tell ourselves about us. And actually, I've seen quite a few people do this in their homework and in some of the videos. So I want to use this as learning, not as a criticism in any way, shape or form. But I've heard people say things like, well, I'm like this and I'm like that, and I've always been like the other.
I hate that.
Yeah. Right. And that is saying that these are they're parts of me. So, if I'm not very good at sticking with something, I don't have much tenacity, or I'm not very disciplined. I'm somebody who doesn't ever have any willpower. Things like that, they're just stories we tell ourselves. So they are some of the parts that we choose to kill, that we choose to kick to the curb.
And a really, really quick and easy way to shift that story, because a lot of people say, well, I say I ain't got any willpower because I haven't. But the way you're saying it to yourself, it's almost like it's an open and shut case, is that you either have it or you don't. And a thing I kind of do to twist that in my mind is that idea that I haven't learned willpower yet. I don't know how to do that yet. Leaving that yet and recognizing that this is something I could learn. If I chose to, I could learn how to do this or how to be this way, and leave that door open. Because, as I bang on about a lot of the time, our brain's trying to solve our problems. I said it when we talk about what we don't want rather than what we do want. Our brain's trying to solve our problems. But if we close the door and said, oh, I can't do that, your brain's like, oh, all right then, what else should we do? Rather than recognizing, if I say, I don't know how to do that yet, your brain will sort of think, oh, I wonder if I could then. And it leaves that opportunity to be able to change your story, to decide something different.
I love this.
Yeah.
Perfect. Absolutely. Yeah. It would be like this analogy. You can't, blossom into a beautiful butterfly without letting go of being a caterpillar and kind of ditching your chrysalis and all of that. So you're absolutely spot on there, Kyla. So, these are really empowering things. That's why this is about the power of investing in yourself.
Yeah. And when we're talking about investing in ourselves, it's not just about money. We've said it a few times so far, and we've sort of talked about it. It is money, potentially. A lot of the time, not necessarily. There are ways you can go to a frigging library and get a book. You can research stuff on the internet. the thing is, you're trying to find the balance between them. So it is about money. It is about time, choosing to invest your time. Someone's broken my heart in the free group earlier who says, I really, really want to do this, but I'm working 10-hour days and then going home to 2 babies. I know that. I set up my business when my baby was 4 months old. I absolutely understand that. And it comes back to that. What am I going to choose and how am I going to decide to fit things in when I can? So I could use my lunch break. I could do it while I'm feeding my babies. If I want to enough, I can create time, because the thing is, we all have the exact same amount and we all do a hell of a lot of different things with our time. Time is one of our biggest reasons that we give for not doing things. There is always someone else is using their time in a different way to you, but people are often in the same situation. So it is money, it definitely is time. And a big one that we forget is it's energy. When we talk about action versus motion, putting a load of energy in is kind of a depleted source. It's something that we have to choose, that I have this much energy today, where am I going to invest it? And the sad thing is, we often invest our energy on worrying about shit that's not going to happen, thinking we can change stuff that is happening around us when we have no control over anything that happens around us. All we control is our actions and our behaviours. We have a limited amount of money, time and energy, but we can choose completely and utterly what we invest it in. And investing it in ourselves is always going to bring about such a massive benefit. And when we talk about all this stuff together, like something that we've created in the lounge is this idea that let's make it easy. So if you want to have a consultation with a personal trainer, if you want to go on a course for work or business, if you want a personal stylist that's going to put you an outfit together for a do, if you want a session with a mental health therapist, you start adding that together and you can be spending a heck of a lot of time, money and energy sorting all those different things out. And as an absolute, this is the reason Josie and I created the Life Lounge, is to be able to give a space where you can access this stuff for the best time, money and energy that you can spend in one place. It's less than a cup of coffee a day. Things are in 15-minute chunks. There's experts around to answer questions. And this is what we had been searching for fucking years. But it's that investment, it's that choosing, where am I going to put my attention? Yeah, Anisha, this is one thing I talk about a lot, because that is my first excuse for everything, is I ain't got enough time. And I always go back to, is it like 1,440 minutes in a day or something?
Yeah.
And we all have that.
Two sayings that spring to mind for me when I'm thinking about this. The first one is always, what's the path of least resistance? Mm-hmm. And that doesn't mean it's the easiest.
Yeah.
Because resistance for me is all about energy, because where there's resistance, it's going to take more energy from me to kind of get through it. So it's always about what's the path of least resistance for me, but also it's about where can I get biggest bang for my buck.
Oh, yeah.
And in a money sense, where can I get the most value out of something? But I also mean it in terms of time and in energy. It's how can I multiply on that, on what I've got.
Yeah.
And they're the killer things, aren't they? For sure. You choose you more.
I was just going to say, Joe clearly hadn't heard me talk about masturbating, which we don't cover in this session.
We'll have to put masturbating in next boot camp, won't we? Definitely, yeah. Sure. Bit of masturbating is what everybody needs. If they've not heard it before, they're thinking,
that's what they definitely don't need.
What are they talking about?
All right. So I can't talk. I lost all words at that point.
Do you want me to talk for you?
No, I'm good. I just completely couldn't join that last part to this part at all. So let's talk about personal boundaries. Would have been enough. So, knowing all of that stuff, I want to move on to how we put ourselves first, because basically, by the sounds of it, we're all flipping shit at it. Joe's just said it there. Need to choose, put myself first. It's something that we all really easily revert back to is not putting ourselves first. And again, women have our old conditioning as nurturers, and that whole thing means that we tend to put other people first. So the way kind of that we start doing that is looking at our personal boundaries, if we even have any, which is dead interesting. And we can sort of split this up into steps to help you create, manage, and maintain some of your boundaries. And boundaries are really important because they are what starts making everything become easier to do. So at the beginning, when you start with your boundaries, we'll talk about it in a bit, but you feel guilty, everything feels like this isn't going to work for me. And remember what I talked about yesterday about neural pathways. Not only do they change for us as we maintain them, they change for other people. And this is fascinating. We can force other people's neural pathways to change by changing our behavior. So the first step to kind of putting in personal boundaries is self-awareness, the first bit about learning them. So, for example, paying close attention to situations where you lose energy, where you feel nervous, where you feel a knot in your stomach, or where you feel upset and want to cry. Noticing when you need things like more space or more self-respect or energy or personal power. This is the first step, is starting to notice. And for me, it is always my tummy don't feel right. And I can literally feel that knot in my stomach means something's wrong. And usually it is that, for me, mine is that I'm taking on too much. That is almost always the boundary that I let go, is I'm trying to do too much. But any of the stuff we talked about yesterday, they can all be the things that push your personal boundaries. So putting yourself last, not taking action, things can make you feel weird. Okay.
I knocked it off too early. Sorry, me finger.
No, you're fine. Yeah, we'll talk about the guilt in a bit. So step one is noticing when something feels off, and it almost always comes back to I've let someone do something to me that I don't like.
When you're triggered, isn't it? When somebody or something triggers you. Like for me, I don't know when you say getting a knot in your stomach. For me, it's usually when I feel like I want to blow smoke down my nostrils.
Okay.
When I'm like, you know, I've had one of my boundaries has been challenged when I feel like that. I'm like, you've invaded my space, not necessarily physically. I built my little fence around me. You've just crashed right through it. Yeah.
Nice. All right. So yeah, but noticing it is the first thing, and Joe's right. It shows up differently for like all of us. Awesome.
Nice.
Watch for time stealers. Yeah, fab. So then step two is when you notice your boundaries, starting to look at where you want to set them. So learning how, learning to set boundaries with others. So being able to say, this doesn't fit me at the minute, so thank you, but I'm going to say no. One of our members posted a brilliant one earlier today, is that she'd been nominated for something kind of quite important-ish, and she's declined it because she knew it didn't fit in her life at this point. And
it was something really positive, and that you was excited about and felt it was a huge compliment. But actually, she was like, "No, thank you."
Yeah. And that is like nailing your boundaries at that point, because you want to take it on potentially, but you recognize it doesn't fit with where your life is or where you're wanting it to go. And that's really, really important. So this idea of setting your boundaries in place, we've got a homework task around that. So I'm not going to talk too much around this because I want you to be able to do the homework. And if I do, I'll just kind of give you the answers. So then once you've set your boundaries, step three is starting to strengthen them. And really, really often women neglect to stand up for themselves because they want to avoid confrontation. And in fact, I've seen Donna today, and she said something about how much she hates confrontation. And the way she said it is like that anybody else likes it. I'm like, no one likes it. No one really sets out for confrontation. Sorry, Karen Flannery is telling herself a story there that I just want to pull up, and I don't know what Donna's question was related to.
So Donna's question is about what, like, your trigger, being aware of like the knot in your stomach and stuff. Does that happen when someone breaks one of your values? Sometimes.
It definitely does.
It might be something else as well. So sometimes. What do you want me to do? Just jump down to Karen?
I just want to shout at Karen.
This one?
Yeah. Listen at that story you're telling yourself.
Yeah, that's one of the things to kick to the curb, Karen.
No one's told us to say no. We just kind of choose not to, or we haven't learned how to say it well. And we can say no really, really well. Like, no is my favourite.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, Laura, you do. For a moment, the knot in my stomach comes at uncomfortable situations, disagreements with others. And I know if I get invited to something I don't want to do, I feel awful, as I don't want to let them down, as a result, putting them first.
Jenna, the guilt-free formula for saying no. Jodie's like pride and joy module. It's one of our best, it's my favourite module. That's in the club for you. And this idea of being able to say no is just ace. I love it. Thanks very much, but no. Okay, Laura's telling herself a story.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to know what try 3 is.
Yeah, that's good.
That sounds amazing, but I want to know what try 3 is. Yeah.
She'll jump in the comments, I'm sure, in a minute. Yeah, Laura's telling herself a story.
So for women, yes, we tend to try and avoid confrontation. So one of the reasons we take stuff personally is because we have weak internal boundaries. And our internal boundaries kind of like an invisible shield, I guess, that prevents you from taking in a comment without checking it out first. So sometimes things are thrown at us that may not be true, may not be relevant, aren't appropriate, aren't anything to do with us in the first place, but we kind of take it on. So like an example, if someone accuses you of being arrogant, you don't have to take that on. You get to check in with that and kind of think, all right, is this true about me? Do I believe that this is true about me? And consider the statement before you take it in. Because generally, in a situation like that, what has happened is that they are pushing your boundary. You won't let them in. So they're almost trying to chuck a bomb in there to blow your boundary apart. Because if they chuck in something that is going to upset you, you might back down and remove your boundary for them. And it's a form of manipulation without really knowing why we're doing it. It's that you're not doing something they want you to do, so I'll try and find another way to get what I want done.
It's a bit linked to what we were talking about yesterday. You know, we were talking about comparison and judgment. And we were saying actually that when we judge somebody, it's more of a reflection of ourselves. Mm-hmm. So it's the same thing when somebody, you know, chucks something at you, you know, behaves difficultly or like Roxy says, calls you, was it arrogant you said?
Arrogant, I said.
You know, you stop yourself and you think, okay, how much of that is true about me? I'm not an arrogant person. I know I'm pretty confident about that. So how much of that is about them? And 9 times out of 10, you're like, damn sure. There's something going on. There's a story going on for them that wants all of that to be true. Because the minute that's all true about you, they're off the hook. Because it isn't them anymore, it's you. So, you know, that's quite liberating in the moment when you can think about that. You're like, this is not about me, mate, it's about you.
So I totally agree with that, but I also do believe people will chuck out whatever necessary to get your boundary down if it benefits them. So yeah, it very, very often is, because we look at the world through our own eyes, we will often say the things we dislike most about ourselves to someone else because we know we dislike it, so we assume everyone else dislikes it. I like kind of I like arrogance to some degree because I like to play a game with arrogant people. But yeah, we will chuck whatever we think will take that boundary down, and it is not an actual reflection on you. It is the fact that they're not getting what they want.
There's the answer to Hannah's thing before you move on.
3 different ways. Okay. Nice. I like that a lot. So kind of when you're using this internal shield, when you are stopping to consider whether it's true first, especially with difficult people, and by difficult, I don't necessarily mean that they're difficult for the sake of it, but like if it's someone a bit close to you, like a critical parent or an ex-spouse that you're still sharing your children with, someone that you're in a tricky situation with that you can't just like cut out of your life. But kind of decide to give yourself time to ask these 3 questions, and these are in your homework things, so you don't have to remember them. How much of this is true about me? Just like Joseph said, how much of it is true about the other person? And what do I need to do, if anything to regain my personal power or to stand up for myself. And a lot of the time, the only thing that you need to do is let it be, or kind of choose not to take it in. If someone's calling arrogant, it's like, it's interesting that you think that. There, done. No argument, no justification, no opening the door for an actual conversation. That's one of my favourite closed down lines. Is, oh, that's really interesting, you think that? And grin, and that's that. There's no space to go in a situation like that.
So if you ever hear her say that to you, you know, all right, she wants me to shut up now.
It's totally true. Yeah, really interesting, Tom, that you said that, darling.
Oh, look, I've got menopause face tonight.
Have you?
Red and sting. I'm really stingy. I'm hot. My face is proper stingy.
I'm roasting hot, but yeah, period versus menopause. So strengthening your internal boundaries is definitely step 3, and that could be a really ongoing process. And you might think you've nailed a boundary, and then someone will creep along, and it's someone who might make you feel sorry for them, or that's often, for women, that is often the biggest reason we kind of put ours down, is someone's made us feel that we're the only ones that can rescue them. And so we kind of get in a bit of a pride, a bit of a want to rescue, and that's a really dangerous zone to be in. I used to find this so much as a mental health therapist. I would want to rescue everyone. And when I started being able to kind of turn down clients I don't want to work with, and it gets really, really freeing. It's lovely. But yeah, that's where your strength gets tested a lot of the time. So the guilt thing, this is like, yeah, women's amount of guilt is insane. We don't hear men talking about this, and for good reason. They do not feel it for a lot of things like we do. So talking about guilt in setting boundaries in the first place. So you're likely to feel guilty. That is kind of your innate nature. You are likely to feel guilty. But let's tackle it head on. Let's recognize that it probably means you're doing the right thing. You can choose at that point to allow yourself to be talked out because of guilt, or to recognize, I'll just battle through this one because I recognize why I am doing this. And getting rid of the obstacles that can be blocking your way to setting the boundaries in the first place. So if you already know that some stuff is going to come up for that, check it out first. Tell the people around you what you are doing as you're doing it. And this comes to that idea of to overcome their resistance to things, because other people often pile the reasons on that we shouldn't change. Literally tell them, I'm really sorry, I've reevaluated I'm really sorry, I don't even know why I said that. I've reevaluated my priorities. I'm taking care of my own needs at the minute. Sometimes feel your own resistance and recognize that by you doing this, by you putting your boundaries in, you are likely to be happier, far more free, and other people, the people that you actually care about, are going to benefit from you having boundaries. And that's a huge one that we really underestimate. Like, by me protecting our weekend times, and usually by protecting our Friday nights, I don't do anything on Friday nights. Me and my husband so look forward to that. If I take that away by shifting one of my boundaries, I'm having a direct impact on him. And it's the idea that we're happier when I do that, but it'd be really easy for me to accept some of these Friday night offers I get.
Friday night offers? I'm not sure I'm getting the same Friday night offers.
Yeah, it's because you're at menopause.
No. Sending out the wrong vibe.
It's all that sweat off you.
I'm transmitting the wrong hormones.
Yeah, but it's recognizing that me having boundaries, although they might be uncomfortable for friends or whatever, when I'm having to say no, they're beneficial for my husband, who I care about more. So it's that idea that the people that resist aren't the people that you're doing it for in the first place a lot of the time, or aren't the people that are going to benefit from you doing it in the first place. And also with the guilt, so find support. Come and hang out with women who absolutely get the importance of these boundaries. Come and hang out with people like us. We will have your back. We will talk you through the guilt. am I missing a huge thing with Hannah here?
No, do you know, it's about saying, actually, I'm reevaluating my priorities. I'm starting to take more care of me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm reevaluating my priorities. I'm starting to take care of my own needs. It's a great one. What can people say to that? Oh, well, you shouldn't. What can anybody say to you if you look at them?
I love it when people then say, well, hang on, you've never been like that before. And I say, I'm allowed to change my mind. Well, I love being able to say, guess what? I'm allowed to change my mind.
See, I would say, but I've reevaluated my priorities. I'm taking care of my own needs. That's like answering the question again. It's the rinse and repeat thing. And again, when we talk about saying no without feeling guilty, rinse and repeat, just repeat the same thing till they just shut up. Like, it's great. You don't need it, Hannah.
You like it.
You want that one.
Baby, you want it. You want it. The thing I found, so I've tested this out with the guilt thing, because, you know, we get it too, don't we?
Yeah, gosh, yeah.
And actually, I've started, because, you know, when we have an emotion, it's then linked to a thought, isn't it? For the thought to decide whether this is a good emotion or a bad emotion. So I'm starting to almost do a bit of rewiring, that when I feel guilt, rather than think, oh, this is not good, I think, yeah, this is the good stuff, meaning I'm doing good work. And it's amazing then how differently you shift your mindset to see it.
Yeah.
And you have to, you know, I'm quite deliberate about it. Sometimes I have to come and sit at my desk and just like, all right, okay, let's just roll with this one. This is good. This is good. I'm trying to, you know, I'm attempting to convince myself, but every time I do it, it gets a little bit easier, gets a little bit quicker. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm going yoga. See you later, guys. You know, I'm out the door. Someone else will have to give you a lift.
Yeah. I want it. Good girl, Hannah. Yeah. Hannah knows that motivating.
Yeah, allowed to change your mind.
All the time. We banged on about that last time. Anytime you're not happy in your relationship, your job, you can change your mind. It's all right.
Anytime. Yeah. Cool.
I'm done. All you. I can breathe.
All me. Right. So your homework is going to be based around personal boundaries tonight, hence why we spent a bit of time on it. But here are a few top tips to get you going, you know, and we are, again, because it's workshop 3, we're starting to build on the stuff that we've brought through workshop 1 and workshop 2. So you'll start to see all of this now come together, because the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So top tips to set personal boundaries: you've got to know what you want. Okay, that's important. And if you're going to invest in yourself with time, energy, or money, you need to know what you want. It's important to know what you want. So top tip number 1, do that work.
Can I just jump in on here? On personal boundaries, and this directly contradicts what we've already said, but for personal boundaries, I often try to look at what is the stuff that gives me the dodgy stomach or whatever feeling it is, so I know what I don't want, so that I can flip that into what I do want. Sometimes it's really hard on a personal boundary to think, well, what do I want? So for me, I know I want to guard my Friday nights, so I know that. But that came around from that idea of, I don't want to be rushing into my weekend. I don't want to be doing something all the time. And it's, for me, in this instance, recognizing what I didn't want and being able to flip it into what I do really helped me with my boundaries.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Number 2, believe that you deserve it. That's a tough one, but it's not a switch on your back. What it is a culmination of all the work you've been doing already this week. So as you start to make progress with all of these things, that belief will start to grow, that you deserve it. And actually, you know what? You've got a right to have it, as much right as anybody else. Number 3, choose who surrounds you. We've talked about that before. It's cropped up a few times now. Make sure you are surrounding yourself with the right people, because you are the average of the 5 that you spend most time with. Carve out an hour. Right, I put this one in deliberately because one of the biggest excuses that we give ourselves is we haven't got time. You know, we get to the end of the day and all the stuff's jumped in the way and we haven't been able to do it. So whatever it is, when it comes to putting you first, just carve out an hour. Just start with an hour. Whatever it is, commit to 1 hour. Where you sit down without social media, without distracting emails to answer, without your real job or your mum job or any of the other jobs to deal with, and that's your hour. We can all start with an hour. So if it seems overwhelming or just too big at the moment, to start putting yourself first. Maybe you've got all these things in your mind now that you think, well, they're the things that I want to put me first in. Maybe you've got personal boundaries pinging all around your mind already that you want to implement. So start with 1 hour and move from there.
And recognise that your guilt will hit in the second you start with your hour. Before you even start the work, sometimes the idea of giving yourself an hour, you are going to have to choose to tackle the guilt at that point. And I hope you've got supportive people around you that will give you that. If not, lie. Go to Tesco. I'm going to do the food shop. Order a fucking click and collect, but tell them you've got to go to do the food shop. Do whatever it takes for you to get your time at this point. As you start changing stuff will change. But there are so many reasons not to find that hour. There will always be so many reasons not to find that hour.
Yeah, for sure.
I totally advocate lying.
I'm not
joking. I know, but that's because we have got supportive people, and there are some people that really, really don't.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, if it's necessary.
Yeah. Number 5, put yourself out there. Right, and I say this: you never know who you'll meet that will just create a bit of it, ignite a bit of a spark in you. You get out and meet new people, whether it's about creativity, whether it's about a social life. You know what? There's something that happened to me, and it wasn't even that long ago, but I got up I got up one day. I didn't get up one day. Something happened, and the realization that I had was that I didn't have any friends, and it gutted me. It broke my own heart that I didn't have any friends. And I thought, I don't have a social life or anything, and I actually think there's more women than you would think that don't do that. So put yourself out there, even if it's professionally a little bit, if you want to grow your career. Go to conferences, go to entrepreneurial setups if you want. Go to a writing group, take a professional cooking class. It doesn't matter as long as you're with, number 3, the people that you want to be surrounded by. Number 6, get intentional. What I mean by that is I kind of want you to be bold and declare yourself. We play ourselves down something rotten. If we've got a job title I don't know, head of marketing, rather than say, head up a really big marketing team, which what men would probably say, head up a global marketing team, they'd proper big it up. We'd say, I
work in marketing.
No, would they say, these are the exact words, I would put a quid on it every time, and 9 out of 10 will say it. I help a marketing team. It's always I help something. I don't have it. I don't own it. I'm not it. I help it. I help it. But yeah, it's declare yourself. So even if you want to start a company, you've got to start seeing yourself as the CEO, the boss man. If you love to cook, you're a chef, or whatever the version of it is. Declare yourself as that thing. So I've heard somebody else talk about it it's called be, do, have. Okay, and we tend to go about things a bit arse about face. We will, we say, well, we need to have stuff or something, achieve something, in order then to do something else, and then we become. And it doesn't work like that. It works the other way around, actually. You have to step into the role of that person. Then, you start to do things that people like that do. Then all of a sudden, you get to have the things that people like that have. So, you know, we have a bit of a wonky mindset around stuff like that sometimes. So that's why I say get intentional, declare yourself, step into the space of the woman that you want to be, because you're already it. You are already it. It's yourself that needs flipping convincing, nobody else. And then do you know what? Number 7, get biggest bang for your buck. So really think about time, energy, money. What can give me biggest bang for my buck? Because that's the path of least resistance. Okay, so they'd be the top tips that we would give you in order, you know, around the power of investing in yourself and thinking about how you now put yourself first. Okay, I'm just going to come to a few comments because I know there's been quite a few. I was at Anisha, wasn't I? So Jenna said, yeah, like, if we've learned anything, it's that we always have a choice.
Right.
Donna says, yes, really good way of looking at it. I get it. Schedule the hour a day, week, whatever you're ready to start with. Do you know what? Even if I'm just going to start with 1 hour. No further than that. Just 1. That's enough for now. Kate's got a car as a reserve office.
Yeah.
Becky, this is one of my challenges. I start well, but then I give in. Work on this, carving out, and I just start with something small. Like Roxy said, what was your motto in life, my friend?
Oh, hang on, you went all crackly. What was what?
What was your motto in life from when you introduced yourself on the first night?
Next right step.
That's it. Next right step. Next right step is
There's usually 2. And hang on, listen to the story that you tell yourself there, Rebecca. Go back 1, please. I start well, but then I give in. You choose to stop. You're telling yourself that kind of stories that every time you do this, you start well and give in. It's that you choose not to carry on, and it comes back to that. Yeah. Choose to decide next time I'll carry on.
Maybe Rebecca is like that, but Becky isn't. What was the hashtag? I've forgotten the hashtag.
Bring back Becky.
Yeah. Jenna, I love when you meet new people and they give you such energy. Oh, look at that. We try our best. Karen's put the hour in her diary. Go, Karen.
Well done.
Kim, you're the same. I have lovely people who I know, but I don't have friends. No girl group, not invited on nights out.
Do you know what I found out about Kim? She lives near about 3 of our other members in the next village that I keep pointing to. But I didn't know that till I asked for her address to win the prize. So I'm going to say, oh, you can be my friend, but I'm not doing any nights out.
She doesn't go on nights out. She'll go out lunch and she'll get drunk with you, but it has to be in the afternoon, not in the night. Yeah. I'll go out with her at night though.
Yeah,
well, we're struggling at the minute because we can't get face to face, but we have quarterly social events for us all to get together and do stuff like that. So, you know, make ready-made bunch of mates.
You could. And like I said, there's loads of us local.
Yeah.
See, not everyone can say, I want an hour to myself, please.
What's that? I can't hide in the toilet. Who says you've got to hide in the toilet?
Because her 2 kids will find her and her husband won't go and grab them.
Do you know what men do that, don't they? They take
that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about when I say go food shopping.
Becky did her in the bedroom. Yeah.
Men in toilet for an hour, we're not.
Carpool ladies life lounge. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? That would be funny. Yeah. Hashtag get Becky back. For sure. For sure. Okie dokie. Right then. So
hang on, I'm just chatting. Me and Kim are just having a nice private conversation.
All right, then that's fine. One other thing before we kind of get things wrapped up. Now, this isn't part of your homework, but it's just an extra little suggestion, and that is to keep learning. Making sure though it's not motion, it's action. Yeah, it's about implementation. I know I talked about fun sponges that tickled Marianne no end yesterday. She's been going on about them all day today, finding posts about fun sponges in books and all kinds. Don't be a learning sponge either, where you're just soaking up stuff but never actually do anything with it. But this is really useful. Okay, but go all the way back to investing in your value, your credibility, your contribution. If there is something that you want to do to get biggest bang for your buck, most important thing is to figure out, what is it that I actually need? Do I need knowledge? Do I need skill? Or is this about behavioral development? Not a lot of people know the difference between the three. Knowledge is just knowing stuff. And actually, I'd argue whether anybody needs much knowledge. And that's because these days we've got Google, right? So I wouldn't spend too much time working on knowledge. Where I would invest most of my energy, my biggest bang for my bucks would absolutely go on skills and behaviours. You know, they're what sets people apart. Why schools still teach kids knowledge is beyond me. Have you got your hand up?
Facebook ads is fucking knowledge.
It's not, it's a skill.
It's not a skill.
It's a skill. Roxy,
Yeah.
I can go on Google and I can ask Google for any of the knowledge. I can go on YouTube. I have, because I've done it. It's all about skill, because it's like being in the casino.
That's not a skill.
Not even a joke. Facebook ads is learning how to play the roulette table properly.
You can't play roulette. Roulette is luck.
There's a strategy to casino
not to roulette,
games.
to like poker, yes, not to roulette.
I can do games of probability with roulette.
Okay, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. I just hashtag just saying. So work out, is it knowledge, skill, or behavior? Because it needs different things. Skills, you learn. Behaviors, you choose. Okay. Knowledge, internet. Skill, learn it. Behavior, make a flipping choice and stop messing about. Is usually the thing. So if you've got loads of stuff though, that after this you're thinking, oh, I've got all these things I want to be able to do, so that you can avoid the overwhelm, list your top 3. What's your first, next or best step, and just do that. If that's carve out an hour, just do that, is what's important. Let me just catch up with a couple of these comments.
So Kim must live near Anisha. Anisha came to my house the other day, Kim. We could all be friends.
We got
Kyla, come on, it's time you moved.
One day. Yeah. Laura's guilty.
Yeah. She's still laughing.
Oh, missed one.
It's Tricia. That's Tricia.
Yeah, built a new website and completed social media training, flipping love learning, applying new skills, life in the old bird. Yeah. Go you.
Who says you're old?
Okay. Brilliant. And Laura, yes, my dear, that is absolutely it. And for Karen, let me just flick that back off. Right. Okie dokie. So, quick recap. What have we covered? Am I talking about this? I'm finishing off, aren't I? I'll just keep going. So, right. We've looked at, balancing what we look like versus the contribution we make. We've put many a case forward for the power of investing in yourself and why it's a good thing to do. We've specifically then looked at time, energy, and money, and how we get biggest bang for our buck. How do you put yourself first? It's all about the boundaries. That is the answer to that question. And then, yes, keep learning. Think knowledge, skills, behavior. Knowledge, ask Google. Skills, learn it. Behavior, choose it. All of that good stuff. So plenty again, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots for you to take away. So what's next? Well, yes, you've got some homework. Oh, I better drop that into the chat. Can you just talk a little bit about Friday while I go and just get the link to that, please, Rox?
Sure. So Friday, we normally do Fuck It Friday. So if you've seen it, it's where we talk crap about our week and everybody joins in. So, but this week we are going to kind of round off boot camp with our big Best Life Bootcamp bash. So from 1:30 on Friday, we're going to talk about the 7 habits of happy, fulfilled, successful women. We are also going to be bringing in some of our resident experts to talk to you. So they will kind of tell you their role within our club, what you can ask them about. They are fab. We handpick our experts really, really well. And we will be doing all of our prize draws. I'm sure there's lots more. Because when Jodie plans something, she plans something.
The most important thing is bring your favourite drink, whatever it is. I might have a Prosecco on Friday, you know.
I'll see how I feel.
I'm just thinking if I've got to drive for the school run or the weather, I can walk it. I think I can hoof it on Friday. But actually, the most important thing about showing up on Friday is, unashamedly, we're going to invite you to come and join us in Ladies Life Lounge with an amazing no-brainer of an offer. But the reason why it's important you show up live is there's some bonuses, all right? Some time-sensitive bonuses and some special bonuses for the first bunch of people that get in there. I'm not giving away what it is though yet.
Oh, they're really, really good.
You need that dinner hour, 1:30 till 2:30 on Friday if we're in the day job. If you can make it on live, you'll be able to get in there with the first offers. If you've enjoyed spending this week with us, then you're going to love what we've got to offer you. So yes, there'll be some more content that will help you live a happy, fulfilling, successful and best life. You can meet our resident expert. Somebody's going to be the lucky winner of that annual membership. There'll be a couple more on the spot prizes based on today's homework. And then, yes, we'll be opening the doors. We'll be inviting you in. Come and join the party. Oh, God, there's some right drinks going on here. Look at this one. Malibu Pineapple. Oh, thanks, Laura.
Thanks, Rebecca.
That's lovely. That's lovely to hear. Hannah may have to miss it. You're helping the mother-in-law fix a laptop. It's not the laptop. You're fixing the mother-in-law then, aren't you? I wonder if a lot of people need a boundary for their mother-in-law, you know. I put them in their own category sometimes to have a special boundary. So you might want to have a little bit of a think about that one too. Anyhow. Yeah, so remember, I've talked about that. I don't need to talk about that anymore. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to shout up now and ask us. But I'm sure you know by now, if anything pops up for you, you can just drop us a line, however you like, comment below this video, DM us, anything at all. If there's anything you want to know.
Send a pigeon, you know.
Send a pigeon. Fridays are our days, spreading for schools. Yeah, like
every Friday.
Yeah, Kim's going to be there. Husband's going away, so she's celebrating. Kim's looking forward to it. Yes, Donna. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. All us excited for Friday. Haha, Kim. Laura's got the toddler in tow, the tiddler, in fact. Kate loves being with us, don't you, hon? So yes, I'm glad you've enjoyed it, Hannah. That is fantastic. So gosh, it's 9:30 again. Thank you for choosing to invest your time and your energy in taking part in Best Life Bootcamp. So I'm pretty confident it's good bang for your buck, actually. Otherwise, I couldn't sit here and talk about bang for your buck. I double checked my answers before I said it. So yes, have yourselves a wonderful Wednesday night.
Yay.
Enjoy reflecting or catching up on your homework tomorrow. Yeah, if you can, get any of it in before tomorrow night. That would be really, really helpful. But emergency ones before 9 o'clock on Friday morning. Otherwise, they might not make it into the pot. So remember, you can have multiple entries. We'll have them all in the pot. Roxy's going to be fishing around. She always gets the job of pulling people.
Oh, yeah. I was considering whether we might go, do a proper one this time and, have a random number generator. But I love my little mug.
Well, you need more than a mug this time, I think.
Oh, I do. It's great. I am absolutely knackered, Anisha.
Do you not think I'm knackered, Anisha?
Did you get up at 5, Jodie?
I couldn't get out of my flaming bed this morning. No, I didn't get up. It was gone 8 o'clock before I got up, and there was a cup of tea next to me that had gone cold.
I had a coaching call with New Zealand at 6 o'clock this morning.
Whoop whoop.
That is how we roll, ladies. We will get our asses out of bed for you. Or I will. I'll get my ass out of bed.
I stay up late for people. We do split shifts so that we cover. We're available for more hours of the day. That's all.
Works really, really well, didn't it?
Yes. All right then, everybody.
Right, thank you so much, and thank you for like how much effort you've put in. Like, I'm proper thrilled with you all.
I hope you get something better than Baby Jake, Snail and the Whale, or flipping Peppa Pig. She's a little shit, Peppa Pig.
Joe's just likes Octonauts. Get her into Octonauts.
Yeah, get her watching Octonauts. Okay, good night, everybody. See you later.
Bye, guys.